You saw the title, why wait? Let's jump right into it today. Number 1, buying groceries without a list. I do my very best to never enter the store without a list, and I force myself to stick with it. If I do go beyond the list, I limit it to 2 items max. Most people know this, yet they fail to notice that they do this all the time. Number 2, emotional or impulse purchases. Speaking of grocery stores, going into one while hungry is a very funny example of emotional buying. Impulse buying, though, happens most often online, so you may want to unsubscribe from those sale emails or remove your saved credit card information from Amazon. And be honest, did you make a purchase during Prime Day? I genuinely love to know in the comments. Number 3, making comparisons. Big houses and big new purchases only indicate how some people choose to spend their money, not how much they actually have. In fact, it's very likely that the Joneses next door are struggling with credit card debt and mortgaging their future. If you try to keep up and match the financial spending habits of the people around you, it could lead to disaster. Comparison leads to FOMO, and FOMO leads to NOMO, as in money. I don't know. Number 4, keeping a balance on your credit card on purpose. Some people actually think it's good for your credit score to keep a balance on your credit card. That couldn't be further from the truth. Zero debt is the best way to improve your credit score. A steady debt means steady interest payments, which you don't want. A related bad habit is paying only the minimum on your credit card, so pay them in full or make an aggressive plan to do so as a top priority. Number 5, ignoring your account balances. Back in the day, we used to balance, our paycheck or something. These days, it's easier than ever to see all your account balances in real time, in seconds, almost anywhere you are with your phone. And perhaps it's that easy access that allows us to ignore it. Either way, it's a bad habit. Personally, I check all my balances twice a week at least, usually on Monday mornings and Friday as we're going into the weekend, plus always on payday. Ignoring your account balances because you think you won't like what you're gonna see is like avoiding the dentist because you think you have a cavity. Spoiler, that cavity can become a far worse problem. By the way, my name is Frankie. Like this video if you're finding it useful so far. I put out finance videos weekly, so subscribe to see more from me. Number 6, spending because something is a great deal. People love to justify small and large purchases by bragging about how great of a deal something is. If it wasn't something you needed, it doesn't matter how much money you saved, you still spent money. However, I do recognize that spending is inevitable. So here is a fun tip when you're sale shopping. When you do save, send the money that you saved actually into a savings account. It's a fun way to gamify saving when you actually spend. Number 7, spending because you deserve it. This one also gets a lot of people and they don't notice it. You deserve the latest iPhone. You deserve new shoes because you got a new job. You deserve to order takeout because, it's payday. I'm not saying you don't, but keep an eye out for this internal conversation because it can end up being a costly one, quite literally. What you actually deserve is less debt, a better credit score, an emergency fund, and better sleep because of all of that. You deserve financial security and money for future you. Number 8, ordering alcohol with meals. Speaking of I deserve it, many people order a drink or 2 or 3 when they eat out. I get it. I used to associate going out to dinner with drinking, but boy, have I learned how much money you save when you don't order drinks at all with dinner. Have one before or after if you must. Now, obviously, you could really save if you just commit to cooking more often, but hey, start somewhere. Number 9, assuming life is going to stay exactly as it is. Things are good, or at least normal. Why think negative thoughts are about things being abnormal or even bad? Now, I hate to be a negative Nelly, but the reality is emergencies happen all the time. Unfortunately, 37% of Americans have credit card debt greater than or equal to their emergency savings, which means they don't really have savings, and only 44% of Americans can handle an unexpected expense of $1,000, which is higher than it was recently. It's great that more people are getting prepared, but the question is, are you? Number 10, not considering public transportation. When you need to go from A to Z, be honest, are your options usually Drive or Uber? For most people, it is. But there are so many other ways to travel for cheap. You can walk, ride a bike, take the bus, or even light rail if that's an option. Now, I challenge you, take public transportation once in the next 7 days. It'll make you more comfortable with doing it in the future. Number 11, not discussing money with your partner. Money is the third most cited reason for divorce, right behind infidelity. It's really that important to be on the same page financially. I don't need to explain this one, but talk money. It's sexy. All right, maybe not sexy, but it's so very important. It's good for your wallets and it's good for your relationship. Number 12, similarly, keeping your personal money goals to yourself. Science, okay, the internet, okay, me, says that you're 100% more likely to achieve your goals if you share them out loud. It holds you accountable and it keeps these goals top of mind. Again, this is science. Start by sharing one of your finance goals in the comments. And if you don't have any, well, that's another bad habit you can fix today. Number 13, being loyal to a brand. Designer jeans, name brand cereal, fancy watches, Dyson vacuums, MyPillow pillows. I don't know. Name brand examples are honestly kind of tough for me, but there are lots of ways to go off brand and save. A creative example, we've been saving money lately by going to minor league baseball games instead of MLB games. I will admit though, I am pretty loyal to one brand and it probably gets me in trouble, Kirkland Signature. Let me know if there's any K-Sig fans out there. Is Costco a toxic habit? Probably. Am I perfect? Definitely not. Number 14, paying yourself last. The first lesson I learned when I started my money journey from scratch in 2018 was pay yourself first. It was a total 180 compared to my habit of paying everything and everyone else first and hoping that I had something left to spend or possibly save after that. By the way, I highly recommend that you read or reread Rich Dad, Poor Dad, the first finance book I ever read, or The Richest Man in Babylon to learn more about paying yourself first. Those books are game changers and packed with far more lessons than just this one. Finally, number 15, punishing yourself for past mistakes. It's more important to focus on learning from previous actions than dwelling on past mistakes. Punishing yourself mentally isn't productive. Instead, do something about it. Make a plan, set goals, and remember to share one of your goals in the comments. Either way, forgive yourself for past mistakes. For more about staying positive and even manifesting more money in your life with positivity, I recommend you watch this video next. In fact, you can just go for it now. This is the end. My name is Frankie. Have an awesome week or weekend ahead, and I'll see you in that video. Then subscribe. Subscribe now. Whatever. See ya. There.